This is the video for April 5th Do Now. What we're doing in this video is I'm going to go over the questions from yesterday's Do Now and then Tuesday's Do Now and then one example problem from our assignment that you may see in the quiz. Number 1 says 6 angles of a heptagon measure 107, 139, 131, 110, 145, and 128 degrees. What is the measure of the 7th angle? So what you're going to do here is, we know there are 6 angles given. Okay, what you need to do first is you need to add these 6 angles first, and it's very similar to the previous triangle problems we would do in the past, where we would add 2 angles, subtract from 180 to find the 3rd angle. So add 107 plus 139 plus 131 plus 110 plus 145 plus 128. So the number 1, the sum of 6 given angles is 760 degrees, and then we know that the sum of the interior of a heptagon is 7 sides, so we have 900 degrees. So we can do 900 degrees, the sum of all of them, minus 760 degrees, the sum of 6 of them, and then that gives me the measure of the last angle, which is 140 degrees. And then that's my answer. For number 2, it says, what is the measure of each interior angle of a regular 18gon? So you do need to use that first formula we covered. The sum of the interior angles is S is equal to n minus 2 times 180 degrees. We're talking about an 18gon. There are 18 sides. So I can plug this in here to find the sum of all of them. The key word here, however, is that we want each angle. Okay, and it is regular. That means all the angles are equal in length. So you plug in, I get S is equal to 18 minus 2 times 180. This is equal to 16 times 180. 16 times 180 is 2,880. Okay, so a lot of students were able to give me this, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. Okay, what you need to do from here is divide by 18, because that gives me the measure, and I'm going to double underline, of each interior angle. So 2,880 divided by 18, because there are 18 angles inside, that gives you the measure of each angle, and that's 160 degrees. This is your final answer. For number 3, this one is actually more basic than the ones we just did. I want to go ahead and cover the problem from the very first Do Now, and that was, it said find, whoops, let me get my stream here back. It said find the sum of the interior, I'm going to abbreviate, interior angles of a 35gon. Okay, and then as I said, this is one of the more basic ones. It's just plugging in to this formula here. Okay, so S is equal to, then plug in, we're talking 35 sides, minus 2 times 180. You get 33 times 180, and then that gives you 5,940, and you're done. Okay, this is the sum of all the interior angles. If you were, if the question said what is the sum of each interior angles of a regular 35gon, you would then divide this figure here by 35. Okay, you have to pay attention to what the question is asking for. The last question I want to cover in this video is one that students had a lot of trouble with, and we could just take number 8. This is number 8 in homework 1. It says if the interior angle of a regular polygon measures 170 degrees, how many sides does it have? Okay, and the formula we are using here is a rather basic one that you can. The number of sides of a regular polygon can be determined by taking 360 degrees divided by the measure of one external angle. But this is only true for regular polygons. So, knowing that, we know that the measure of the interior angle of this polygon is 170 degrees. Therefore, the measure of the exterior angle to that polygon there. Let me illustrate what this looks like. So it's like you have your polygon, you have 1, 2, 3 sides there. Oops, let me center this. Okay, and then I'm going to extend this side going that way. This angle here is 170 degrees. This is a straight line, therefore the external angle here is 10 degrees. Okay, so the exterior angle to this interior angle 170 of a regular polygon is 10 degrees. So how many sides does it have? You can do 360 degrees divided by 10 degrees, the measure of one exterior angle, and then that's going to give you the measure of how many sides it has. So 360 divided by 10, cancel out your zeros, 36 over 1, so it has 36 sides. And that wraps up this video. Do not forget to submit the answers to the 4 problems I did in this video.